Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters who enjoy. Welcome to All Around Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show.
All right. Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the program today. Live at 5 here. It's Whatever Wednesday. Man, gravelly Wednesday again. What's shaking, people? You know, I can do 2.5 hours of trivia and just waste my voice. It's not good anymore. It's not. It's old age. It is. So welcome to the program today. Thanks, Sweet Sister Mercy, for the theme song there. We appreciate y'all and what you do for us. And let's see who's checking in. Stephanie Rumke in the house. How you doing? Howdy, howdy. Glenn checking in on YouTube. The Wanderers are in the house. Dale Robinson. What's up? The Woo Dude, as I call him now. It's good to see you on here. Welcome to the program today, guys. Carrie, thank you for dropping by. Yes. Roger, how are you? Jim Kilroy in the house. Dewey is here today. And Pete, thanks for being here, Pete. Hey, it's as we call it, Whatever Wednesday. That's what we call it when we don't have a band. It is. When we don't have a band to interview on Wednesdays, we call it Whatever Wednesday. The Hathaways are in the house, however. Good to have you with us today. Thank you for being here. Rick and Trina, it is safe today. It's safe to enter. Safe to enter. You know, you always have to know, and I will tell you that you must know that if you see in the top corner there where it says All Around Town Radio, if you see this one come up, just know Karis is with me. That's how it works. Yes, that's how it's going to work. You never know what she's going to say or anything. Kevin Cooper in the house. Hey, it's Wednesday, as we say, and you drive the program today. So what do you want to talk about? We're going to talk about something about music. So throw a little topic out there. Let's chat about it today. I want your input too on yesterday's show. And if any of you sound professionals listen to the playback, I caught a little bit of it today. And man, I had on my side, I had all this audio glitching going on. I don't know if it was on during the live show. Maybe you can tell me if it was or it wasn't, or if it's in the recorded product, but I can't figure out why it was doing it. And Karis' audio was clean, but mine coming through the board was glitching like crazy. So if any of you audio techies out there know what might have caused that, please help me with it a little bit. Absolutely. View counts yesterday. I think we're about 1,400 on that one. Something like that when I last looked. So pretty good. We were at 1,000 last night before the evening was over. So thank you for viewing that one, folks. We had a lot of live viewers. Live viewers were at one time in the hundreds, I think 120 or something like that we had going on. So yeah, there it is. Let's see what we got going today, though. The glitching was happening during the live show, too. Thank you, Dewey, for that. I appreciate that. That helps me a little bit knowing what might be going on. But what's interesting is Karis comes through the same board and, you know, her audio did not glitch. So it's all on my end. So I don't know if I've got something going on maybe with the phantom power on the mic or something going on there that's, yeah. Anybody get snowed in today? No. Yeah, let's talk about how the weatherman kills the radio start. No, the weatherman kills a lot of things, man. They do. Hi, Eva. Thank you for dropping in today. Kevin McCoy in the house. To what do I owe this honor, Kevin McCoy? It's good to have you here. Maybe we should have bands complain about venues. Yeah. I'm willing to do that as long as we don't mention names. I don't want to get into name calling, but yeah, I'm willing to do that. We should. We didn't even get that far yesterday. We never get to all the topics we want to talk about on a specific topic heading. I was going to get into what happens when venues cancel on the band. We touched on it a little bit yesterday, but sometimes venues will bump a band for a better offer too. They will, which is not fair at all. Hi, Randy. Thanks for dropping in. Good to have you with us today. Yes. Corona. Jay Buffett. Yes. Yeah, that's a good one, though, getting snowed in today and how much it cost different venues and people. There were people running out of my trivia last night. They were getting out early because they were afraid they were going to get caught in the snowstorm. This was at 9:30 last night. Banks went to work today. Yeah, I mean, most people I know went to work today. Mrs. All Around Town went to work today in her little roller skate of a car, and she made it just fine. I've always said that, Kareem. Yeah, if I could have a job where I'm wrong at least 50% of the time and not get fired, that'd be amazing. That didn't work in my line of work as a fireman. You weren't allowed to be wrong. You know, if you were, you really screwed up. You did. Bob says the storm was a dud. Hi, Bob Shadowin. It's good to see you. All it did was rain where Stephanie was. Yeah. And, you know, they do one thing when they do that crap. They insert money for grocery stores and take up money out of the pockets of anybody that's in the entertainment business or in the hospitality business, restaurants, you know, all that stuff. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. And Johnny wants to talk about upcoming benefits. Well, I will. I don't know what the STAF benefit is at the Bell yet. I haven't been told about that one. So maybe you can put that in the comments and let me know, Johnny. Maybe I do know and I just don't remember. Autism Rocks. We're going to have those folks on the show. So I don't want to prematurely jump into anything there I shouldn't talk about, but it's going to be a great lineup. I got the chance to introduce the lineup to that, was the breaking news for that one. And that was a lot of fun. And I can go through that lineup again, obviously. And Kevin McCoy says that hurts feelings. Lots of feelings get hurt in the music business, Kevin McCoy. You know that. Yes. Yeah, they call off school. They do all kinds of things, Dale Robinson. Crazy. And, you know, that's a whole show in itself, Mr. Corona J. Buffett. And guys, you know what? Hang on just a minute, because I look like I'm sitting next to the sun. So I'll be right back. I will. I've got to turn some lights down in here. It's too bright. Plug the ears back in. There we go. That's a little better. I don't look like the south face of the sun anymore. Venues double booking very often. That's a huge topic, and I wanted to bring it up yesterday. We just didn't get time. And we're going to have to talk about that one because I see that happen everywhere. Is it an excuse, or is it a really they double book? I mean, I find it interesting. The other thing that I find interesting is that everybody relies on social media, the book of face, so to speak, and they put their events up. But you go to a venues page and their events are buried in some little more topic on the side of their page. You can set that all up. And Facebook changed their algorithm not too long ago and cut all those events tabs back into the buried section. So you have to go move it. If you haven't moved it recently to, like, mine sits first or second on my page. A lot of the venues I know put it up there. So when somebody goes to their page, they see it says events, you click on it. There's the stuff. And I can't tell you how many times I've had to go search for things. Somebody will send me an event and not put the time on it or the date. And I go click on their page and I can't find events. And I think a lot of people shop that way. They do. Dead air time. Thanks, John Burry, for noticing. Thanks for noticing. Romantic light. No, I just had the bright lights on in here and need to turn them off because it always looks that way. Ah, yes. Favorite piece of music trivia. Add to that, Kareem. I don't know what you mean there, but my favorite question, my favorite music. I don't know. Johnny Fink put a big, long, lengthy link in there. So it must be a link to something. So look at it sometime, folks. And if he took the time to put that link in there, put it in there and check it out. Yes. Cincy winters are fabulous, very mild and minimal snow. Yes, that's true. That's true. When is it okay to have an opener? Ooh, that's a good one. I'm writing all these down here. I'm going to write them down after the show because they'll make good show topics. I don't know. We're looking at what to talk about today. I'm still just rambling here 10 minutes in. So I think double booking should be a show in itself one day with my co-host and I on Tuesdays and Hot Topic Tuesday, because that seems to be one. Yeah, the booker changes at the venue. Amen to that, Kevin Cooper. Paper calendars. Yeah, it's in this day and age, you know, I will say I find it important. I find it important to keep a paper calendar in some ways as a backup at times, or to print out a calendar occasionally so you've got a backup in case something goes south, as what happened to Karis with her page. And she lost, she lost a ton of contacts and conversations she had with people about price and all those things. And we rely way too much on Messenger and social media, which could go away tomorrow. I mean, yes, thank you, Glenn. I look like I was under a heat lamp. I may have been. It's actually just a light above my head. And then there's a couple studio lights, which kind of bank off the ceiling in here just to make it look a little more pleasurable. But I don't do any of that ring lighting and stuff. It always shows up in my glasses. Hell, you can see a reflection of the computer screen sometimes even in my glasses. By the way, new pair of specs today. Yeah, they're an old pair of specs with new lenses in them, so it works. It works. Look at some of these comments we've got coming in. Should Ticketmaster be dissolved? That's a good question. And you know what? I'm going to go out on a soapbox here. Thank you for that, John Burry. I'm going to go out on a soapbox. There are, and please, musicians, don't take this wrong. I'm not downplaying musicians or anything that goes on. There are huge problems in our country. We all know that. All kinds of problems. No matter what side of the fence you're on, any of that stuff, there are problems in our country. And there are things that are hugely in need of attention. And our Congress is spending time worried about Taylor Swift tickets and quoting Taylor Swift in their comments, her lyrics. I find that at times to be a little interesting. I do. I understand that Ticketmaster is a total monopoly and should not be there, obviously. But is that the biggest thing we need to be worried about right now? Is whether or not some girl in the news is crying because she didn't get her Taylor Swift tickets? I mean, bots have been buying up tickets forever and ever and then reselling them. It's been going on for a lot longer than Taylor Swift. It just crashed that day because so many people wanted them. But that's been going on forever and ever. Hi, Misty. How are you? Down in Vero Beach. Hopefully it's warm and fuzzy down there. Or sandy. Ladder in the house. Hi, Connie. She was in Vero Beach last week. Well, good for you. Oh, yes. One of Kareem's favorite pieces of music trivia said Eminem is the best-selling artist of 2000 to 2010. And unless you knew, you probably never guessed he was the one. That's probably true. That's a good one. It is. It's very good. I like doing a whole topic heading on songs you never knew were covers that became hits by bands that were actually done by somebody else prior, and most people don't know they were covers. And then you look at some of the songs of today where your kids or grandkids like them, and they hop in there and say, man, that's a great song. Yeah, that was back in the 1960s. And they're like, no way. Yeah, it's true. Remakes and samples and all those things. Interesting. Yes. Thank you, Bill, for saying I look smarter. Well, that's an understatement today because I feel so much smarter. I feel smarter sometimes when I'm here doing this, and I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes on Tuesdays, I don't feel so smart. but we have fun. Karis and I are having a great time with that, by the way. I know there's a lot of people out there that are hating on us and not liking what we do, but it's our opinions. Please understand, you have your opinion. You're welcome to come on the show anytime and counterpoint it and, fight with us. Some people do in the comments. It's great. We enjoy it. That's why it's free country, folks. America. It's America. It is. Hi, Kendall. How are you? Crystal also. Thank you for being here. Sunny South Florida, where she is. Good to see you. Great to see you. What else we got? Door covers still kill you because people will pay $100 to $2,000. See their favorite band, but complain about $5. Yes, we're going to do that. Door covers are going to be a show. They're going to be a great show. But let's steer this for the next 15 minutes somewhere. What do you think? What's the topic of the day we want to talk about and get comments on? I mean, I've got so many people in here today, and I've seen some good ones. I'll pick one if you guys don't come up with one on your own. But if there's somebody that has a hit out of the park, great topic today, we'd be glad. Door covers are going to be another whole show, so know that one. That's one we can't discuss in 15 minutes. Maybe we should talk about Ticketmaster. Seems to be a lot of Ticketmaster comments going on. But yes. What do we got? John saying somebody wants to buy a ticket to a concert, they should be able to get them at the door. Yeah, those days are over too, and that's a sad thing. What's wrong with the old days of waiting in line for your concert tickets down at your local music store? You know? Well, hello, Rick Allen. I'm glad you tuned in for the first time in a while, finally, and glad you're here today and not yesterday. Yes, it's good to have you with us. Hi, Alex. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah. Absolutely, Kareem. That's what I'm talking about. Those are good, man. Covers or songs that were covers nobody knew were covers. That's fantastic. You got one there, Annie Lennox. That's good. Everything is a cover anymore. Well, there's only so many notes on a keyboard. I mean, I love the fact that Warner Music is always gigging us. Like Sweet Sister Mercy did our theme. They've been sending me hate messages that they're claiming rights to that song. Well, that's BS. But there's only so many melodies and guitar riffs, and the computer catches something they think is their song, and they want to get royalties out of it. That's what it is. My poor friends down at Rooster Radio in Hamilton, they pay royalties out the yin yang to play songs on an internet radio station where they're promoting the artist. I don't know, Clark. Misty says America. All right, let me check out some of these comments here, see what we got today, if there's anything. You can always go to the box office, Ashley said. She did. I agree, you can, but sometimes the box office doesn't have any good seats or not the best seats, and that's what's interesting. E-Tick has a problem with bots. Yeah, E-Tick, all those. One of the best ones locally is Cincy Ticket. I mean, they do a good job. Every show I've ever done, or they've done the tickets for us or any of that, Cincy Ticket is a class act. And, they do what they have to do. For sure. What else we got? All right. We got some musicians on here. I'm going to run with Scott's for the last few minutes here. It says, what do musicians most appreciate from their audience? So let's just take it there today. What do musicians most appreciate from their audience? Kevin Cooper has answered that with the musicians want engagement, makes it fun, and energy comes way easier. And by the way, Kevin, I was watching my local news last night, and Mr. Hanky Panks was on there where they were presenting a game ball, I think at Overlook Tavern. There he stood. Were you guys playing that night or anything? Or was he just there being a Bengals fan? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Perfect example of that, Eric Sears. And I'll get back to the other topic on what musicians appreciate from their audience. But we were talking about that Stacy and Rich, as of the 1st of February down at Froggy's in Monroe, have bumped the time back to 8. They were doing 9 to 1s and found that the crowd was bailing out at midnight. So they're going back from 8 to midnight. And I think that's a good idea. And then also everybody that works there gets home a little earlier. You're still getting the same hours of entertainment for your crowd and party time. and sales time and all that, which is so important in that business. So, yeah. Interesting. I don't want to play till 2 a.m. I know you don't. Especially when you get over 21. You don't want to be there till then. What else we got here? I'm looking. See if any other musicians are answering this thing. Oh, let's see. Wow, you guys are throwing them all at me. You're going all kinds of places today. How about that? Well, did we just go off the air? I don't know. Nope, says we're live. My iPad just went away. So what do musicians appreciate from their audience? That's a good one. Let's hear about it. And we'll get it. The Ticketmaster thing's going to be another day, another topic. It's way too controversial. Yes. What is that? Corona says, awful watching peeps leave and no one in the audience. Band keeps playing until stop time. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, John Fogerty got his copyrights of music after 50 years. And you know, so many artists are selling their catalogs now for millions of dollars. Millions of bucks. It's interesting. I think that's a good move or a bad move. That'll be another show too. We got so many things to talk about. I'm trying to get to the compliment. Pete says dancing is the best compliment. Thank you, Pete, for that. I think that's important. Where you been, Gary? Yeah. Oh, who was your first concert update? I will tell you that we were in, the comments are in like the 8,000s now, and the interactions on that is over 100,000 people on that simple little post that went viral across the country. I don't know why it did. I can't understand it. I don't even want to understand it. But when people are commenting on it because of shares from Salt Lake City, Utah, and places like that, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny. However, we didn't gain many likes on the page from that. I mean, people liking the page and following the page. We're still sitting and hovering in that 6,000 person mark, which we've kind of been, we gain about 50 a month. People on the page. That's about all we do. So if you know anybody that likes music, invite them over and see if they'll do it. And Bill said he went to Ghost Baby in Cincinnati, see Noah Witherspoon, only to be turned away for not having reservations prior. I'll never go back. There you go. Interesting. That's interesting. Hi, Brian. Thanks for being here. Brian was on the show last week with White Knuckle Weekend. If you haven't checked that one out, go check it out. It was on our Wednesday with the band last Wednesday. Ashley says, how about being kind to barmaids and bartenders? Yeah. Looks like you bring a nice crowd. Don't be hateful. You know, one thing too that, and I'll get off topic for a second because all we're doing is just talking about the comments today. But on that note, there are some real entitled people who come along with a band, and I will just say, we'll just say spouses of the band or that, who sit in the audience and are rude as shit, pardon my French, to the bartenders, servers, and all that. And like they're beneath them and they should be waiting on them like they're some sort of kings or queens sitting there. I see it happen a lot. I'm with the band type of thing. And then at the end of the night, tip $1 or something. Even if they don't tip at all because they don't feel they're obligated to tip because they're with the band. I find that extremely offensive. I do. Sorry, my voice is gravelly today. Ray Renee said she appreciates people who tell bars and other bars they should book her band. Yeah, that's the word of mouth is the best booking agent you could ever have. Honest to goodness, it really is. Absolutely. Brian stopped by Oak Tavern after your Trillions. That's it. I got it. Well, he sure was front and center in them presenting that game ball. It was cool to see him there. I said, hey, I know that guy. Glenn said tips. Yes. Jamie likes what topic? What topic you like, Jamie? I'm so far behind in the comments here. It's not funny today. Always try to engage with the group. The artist Dale says that's playing as well as the crowd. Dale, you're one of the biggest supporters of live local music there is. We've got a lot of them on here. Dale Robinson is one. Glenn is one. He's always out there supporting live local. And of course, Roger McNutt, who hasn't been on here in a bit, he's had some eye issues like I have. So he's been a little bit down and out on that. But some great people out there supporting live local music. And Eric Sears from the Kevin McCoy Band says he appreciates engagement. We're there for you and we want to entertain you. Just let us know that you're entertained. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean storming the stage and trying to get Eric to sign body parts, because he will. I've seen it. Yes, he's one of those. Scott's saying thanks to Kevin. Bieber just sold his for $200 million, his catalog. Yeah, is that amazing? Isn't that crazy? It really is, you know. And Misty says we're making requests all the time. Yeah, as you can see, guys, the comments are they're slow to come in, so sometimes they're a little late. Please keep that in mind when you write your comments, so I know what you're talking about. And Eric says, "Oh yes, he does. He likes people storming the stage with him. He does, especially ladies who I've been to a Kevin McCoy show. You know, they throw pieces of clothing up there at them. They're household names. They truly are. If you're with the band, you should honestly tip more." Thank you, Ray Renee. My thoughts exactly. But it doesn't happen a lot of times. There's this sense of entitlement on the part of the people that come with the band. And that's another whole nother story. Hi, Mr. Burroughs Tavern. We had a great time there last night with trivia. Had a wonderful crowd. Enjoyed it. Some of our local musicians were in the house. We had Skip there from Liars for Hire. So many of them, and it was so much fun. And that's every Tuesday. I enjoy hosting that. And I will tell you also, we just booked one at the Kettering VFW that's going to be on a Friday night. I'm going to do a trivia there. It's 70s, 80s, and 90s. And we're going to split it between questions and music. It'll be both 70s, 80s, 90s for the VFW crowd in Kettering. That's the end of the month in February. So I'll get those dates out. We'll get an event put up on that. Just booked it yesterday. And also looking at possibly being at a couple other little places locally. We'll pop those up as we go. You know, Bell and the Bear will be at February 8th with our Name That Tune trivia. And we're at Mr. Burroughs every Tuesday night if you want to drop in for that. What do we got? Yes, Eric, they say Melissa might not like it, though. What Melissa doesn't know won't hurt her. That's right. And Dewey says he knows a lot of his favorite local musicians appreciate word of mouth. Yeah. And even, I will tell you, we're always constantly here at All Around Town Radio begging you all to mention who you went out to see over the weekend and also mention the venues. Because as we talk on every show that we do, especially Hot Topic Tuesday, it's always a two-edged sword. It's always a two-way street between a venue and the bands and artists that play. So if you can support both of them by making a positive comment, it goes a long way. And if somebody plays a show and they post on their page, "Oh, these are the pictures from our show this weekend," man, if you enjoyed it, you were there, give them a comment, because these comments are so important to other people seeing them and saying, "Yay, I'm going to go see that band. They look good. They look like a lot of fun." Ray's on fire today. She says always likes to ask the bartenders if they enjoyed us, if they made money. I always do too. Every show I do, I ask the bartenders how they did tonight, because I make it a habit throughout the night, as many of you do as musicians, is saying, please support the bartenders, get their names, mention them, and support them when they're up there working, because that's, again, you're working together. You're a team. And Jamie says bands appreciate pictures and videos. Some do. I will say that, and they should. They should appreciate any press they get out of people. Just got to be careful in the video in, because I've seen some videos that are hideous, and we've mentioned this numerous times. The band is really good. I know the band can sing, but there's somebody off camera singing beside the person taking the video, and it sounds like it's the band, and it's horribly off key. And you're like, oh, I don't want to go see them. They sound horrible. But it's really not the band. It's the people in the audience. Keep that in mind about cell phone videos from the crowd. Just do that. Yeah. There you go, James Banks. You got it. Cincy Local and Live in the house. Good to have you with us. Thank you. What's Kevin Cooper got to say? Yeah. Hard to do your own videos while on stage. Always needing promo material. Yes. And, I can't tell you how many people, because I post silly pictures from like the Bell and the Bear Jam and things like that, have said, we've been, we're going down there to try it, or we're coming this week, or we're going, because they've heard about it here and we've talked about it. And, a lot of the people in Dayton area wouldn't know about the jam if we didn't say things up this way, and people start to get that word of mouth out there. So I'm not pumping my own tires, but it's just important to do that if you can possibly do it and help support the local music community. Thank you. Thank you, Gary, for that. Yeah, they appreciate, and what's the rule of thumb on tipping? I mean, is it $1 a drink? What is it? That's the other thing. Or is it at the end of the night, you throw them some bones and say, thank you? It's interesting because so many people pay with credit card now. So that, just keep that in mind that, there's a percentage taken by the credit card company of your bill. So if you're tipping, if you can throw them some cash money, maybe it might be a good thing. They would probably prefer cash money. We'll just leave the IRS out of it. Yes. And Bill says that's the way I promote my videos. Who and where? Very good. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got a few more minutes. I'm about to wrap up today. Goes, Kevin said if a cell phone video isn't good, I just tag the band and let it move into the history. Is that untag the band, Kevin, or tag the band? Probably untag, I would think, is what you're saying there. Yes. Yeah, the boys did a good job yesterday, Bob. They did. What a tough call. Very untag. Thank you, Kevin. I see it now in the comments. So Glenn says he tips for water. Well, absolutely. They're serving you. Yeah, absolutely. And that's stand up. Absolutely good. Bartenders always prefer cash. Absolutely. I prefer cash. If you're going to tip me. And, with all the new stuff with Venmo and all that for entertainers, you got to watch the Venmo because, you get into that tax issue and having to claim this and that and everything. And like I said, we'll leave the IRS out of it, but cash money tips are much preferred. They are. Well, we've covered a lot of stupid stuff today and a lot of great topics. So thank you very much for being with us today. What is today? Let me look at this calendar here. Oh, today is National Irish Coffee Day. Can you believe that in America? It's National Irish Coffee Day. Just in case you didn't know that. I'm trying to throw those in every day just so we can have a little fun. And Misty says, tip them a lot on the first drink. Get good service through the night. Amen to that. If they know you're a tipper, they'll probably smile more at you and take better care of you. Not that they don't take care of everybody, but it works. It works. Banks waits till the end of the night when he gets paid out of your gig. There you go. Yes, leave Uncle Sam out of it, Gary says. Absolutely. Bailey's Irish Cream Day. There you go. Irish Coffee Day. It's the anniversary of the blizzard of 78. If any of you were alive to live through that one, that was crazy. It was. I was. So, Stephanie, thanks for dropping in today. And Alex says, without the crowd, what's the point of the band? Making the crowd comfortable is job number one. Thank you, Alex. There's a lot of smart musicians that follow this show. I will say that. And thank you guys so much for your input every week. And what happens when the Bengals win? Bars and restaurants win. Hell yes. And you want to see a vacuum, have your, perfect example. New Year's Eve, the Ohio State Buckeyes miss a kick at the end and lose the game. And it was like somebody turned on the vacuum cleaner and everybody walked out of the bar. It was terrible. Talk about depressing. Tim, thank you. I hope to see you soon, my friend. I'll take you up on that beer. Absolutely. So thanks so much for being here today, guys. I want to tell you about tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, most important show we do of the week. You may think that Hot Topic Tuesday has become the most important show. It's the most controversial show we do of the week. But Thursdays, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe, Ohio, where we feature the best musicians in the tri-state and where they're playing. And you can support the list, as we call it, by tuning into that one at 5 o'clock every Thursday. Or you can find it on the Warren County Post on the Book of Face in a printed format a little later in the evening on Thursday. So there you go. Dropping some green makes the bartender smile. Dropping some green makes everybody smile. If you drop some green, Bill, I'm going to pick it up off the floor and run with it. No, I'd give it back to you if I saw you lose it. But thank you so much, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm Scott Hall, your host, and we'll be back with you tomorrow, like I said, live at 5. Let me leave you with One of These Days, our friend Matt Matheny, who sent this one to us. It's his original tune. He's out of Nashville. He's from Eastern Ohio. He's in Nashville now recording. We'll leave you with this tune called One of These Days by Mr. Matt Matheny. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye for now.
Sometimes life ain't what it seems. Your happy home ain't so happy to me. I can't keep on going this way. It's taking its toll on us every day. And one of these days I'm gonna wake up without you. And one of these days I'm gonna break your heart in two. You can smile and laugh like it's alright. When you're alone, all you do is cry. One of these days will be alright. It's been some time since I felt this way. I can't keep on going this way. There is nothing that I can do. I can't keep on not loving you. And one of these days I'm gonna wake up without you. And one of these days I'm gonna break your heart in two. You can smile and laugh like it's alright. When you're alone, all you do is cry. One of these days I say goodbye.